All right, before we get this episode started, after you watch this, if you enjoy it, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and my channel. A big thank you to you for that. Now, here's this week's episode.
Now, season end up north is always a melancholy time. Summer is over, fall is drawing to a close, and daylight draws shorter. Soon, winter's grip will take over the northwoods of Wisconsin. It's then the RO360 crew focuses on cabin shutdown before the freezing temps arrive and the ice covers the lake. But in between all the work to prep for winter, I'm still going to find some time for one last musky hunt. Now, Sandy and I arrived later Wednesday night after unloading just the necessities required for tonight. I got a campfire started, and Sandy and I enjoyed the warmth of the fire. Plus, we had the bonus of the full moon hanging in the night sky shining over the lake.
Oh, yeah. I'm quitting right now. I ended up blowing everything away from the cabin on this side, got all this done. You can see here I blew everything away, cleaned that up. I'm just waiting for the blower to cool off before I put it away. I got everything trimmed in the front here along the edges. We got that done. And because it was real windy this afternoon, I heard this thud. The wind gust had actually blown the paddle boat down. So I've put up a bungee cord around it and got them on the trees to hold it in place. As you can see, I took the trimmer all along the edges. You can hear it. So I was thinking about getting a lawnmower out just to cut the front yard yet. But it's not going to happen with this storm. Ooh, there was lightning. So 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. 5 miles out. We got a nasty storm coming. Batten down the hatches. Hope we don't lose power. Anyways, the plan tomorrow is cut the grass in front, get up on the roof of the cabin. I got to clean up the acorns. They were coming down like crazy, bouncing off the roof last night and this morning with the high winds. We had steady high winds throughout the night and most of the morning. And this storm front's coming through. It looks like it might be a nasty wind. You can hear the thunder. You saw me videotaping that before. Yeah, it's coming.
It rained the rest of the afternoon, and by early evening, there was a severe thunderstorm warning broadcast on TV.
That area, this is us right here, right in the middle of Oneida County up here, and Rhinelander is down here. So, severe thunderstorm warning, Oneida County. There we go. We're right there. So, yep, we pushed the envelope with Ma Nature.
Friday morning sky was a little ominous looking. You know the old saying, red sky in the morning, sailor take warning. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Well, we had a red sky this morning. I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen. But as the morning wore on, the skies, although a little overcast, stayed dry, and I was able to pull the pontoon out of the water. By mid-afternoon, the overcast skies cleared while I was putting up the pontoon's tarp frame, and by evening, I had it all buttoned up and winterized. Now, I was hoping the good weather would last through Saturday, allowing us to complete the dock removal and final pre-winter outside work. The sun rose Saturday in a cloudy sky. Hopefully it would stay dry again today. With Mike, Jim, and Michaela headed up for cabin close this morning, I spent my time getting some outside work done by picking up yard debris and filling the fire pit, also blowing leaves, and finally taking a break, watching some of the local wildlife prepare for the upcoming winter season. The crew arrived shortly after lunchtime, and we all got started on the dock removal. After stacking all of the dock decking sections in the basement to keep them out of the winter elements, pulling the dock frames out of the water and stacking them came next. With Mike and me in the water, and Jim helping to guide in the sections during stacking, it didn't take long to finish up the dock area. Now, Michaela had been helping Grandma pack away stuff for winter inside. When she finished, I gave her can crushing duties. Yes, stomping them flat with her foot. Then she helped me button up the 12-foot rowboat for winter. But as I kept going back and forth up and down the hill, I kept seeing these on my truck window. And I started developing a case of musky fever again. After putting in a full day's work on cabin closing, we gathered lakeside under a full moon and enjoyed a raging campfire to end our day. But as I gazed into that fire, I was seeing this. Yes, musky fever was raging in my mind. Of course, as usual, the day the crew of Mike, Jim, and Michaela head for home, it's a sunny, gorgeous, clear day. Now, once the crew left, Sandy and I decided to take advantage of this nice day and go for a walk along some of the trails and roads in the area. So here's a few of the sights from our walk. With overcast skies returning on Monday, I helped Sandy finish the inside prep work for cabin close. But during that process, I saw some activity in our bay and was able to get this on film. Check this out. This was kind of neat. I was just walking past, and of course now you won't see them, I bet. But there's a bunch of diver ducks. Here, they're popping up. They are feeding out here like crazy. Look at them all pop up. There they all went. Not all. They're fishing. They got to be fishing and eating.
Yeah, you could. Oh, you can go close.
Yeah. They're popping up. They're popping up all over the place. Oh, those are buffalo. I think they're called buffleheads. They're black and white. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. Bunch of male and females. There's got to be at least a dozen of them out there. Look at this. There must be a lot of little minnows out there right on the break line.
Watching those ducks, this is what I was seeing under the water. I was thinking about those muskies. No doubt about it, I need my fix with one last muskie hunt. But what to do? All the boats are buttoned up for winter. There will be no late season excursion on the bass tracker this season. Guess I'll be muskie hunting from the shorelines.
All right, I got the yard work done that I wanted to get done. Finished winterizing my boats, and it's playtime now. I can actually fish, and yeah, the boats are put away, winterized, as you can see. So they're all ready for winter. Pontoon, bass boat, the 12-footer. But that ain't going to stop me from fishing. I am going to do some shoreline fishing. We got nice overcast skies, as you can see, which I love. I was thinking about putting my waders on and just working the bay here, but with the neighbors having their docks in yet, right here, fish off the dock, can work those weed beds right from here, and I know there's some submerged weed beds to the left of our property too. So I'm going to work surface lures and shallow runners because I don't want to get hung up. I can't go get them. And let's see what happens. The challenge is on. Like I said, I'm boatless for the rest of the season, but it ain't going to stop me from wetting a line and chasing some fin creatures in the lakes here up north. So stick with us. Hopefully I can show you some fish on line from the shoreline. Be with you in a little bit. We'll be pitching baits. So we're all set up here. I'll be casting from this ledge, working about a 45-degree pattern here. We've got our musky net, our tape measure, and our hook out tools in case we do land one or even a bass. So we're going to work kind of from here to here, and we're going to throw multiple baits and see if we can contact a cruising muskie or a bass. All right, we're hooked up finally, and I picked up a Booker Dancing Raider. They had a sale on these. And it's a surface kind of walk the dog, but it's a smaller size lure, perch color. So we're going to work that. We got some weed beds, and let's see if we ain't got a muskie cruising. Like I said, at least we got good overcast, calm waters. Let's see what happens. Well, we worked that area pretty thorough with this Dancing Raider, so I'm going to head back to the tackle box, and we're going to change. Instead of that walk the dog, we're going to just give it a nice, slow, straight target retrieve. So stick with us. We'll be with you in a little bit. Okay, next, this is kind of a homemade modified lure that I did. This is sort of a jitterbug style. It used to have a twisting flap tail on the back. I took that off and I replaced that with a bucktail. So we're going to give this just a nice straight retrieve, and hopefully fish will target it. Was our Jitter-tail, kind of a modified jitterbug style bait that I added a bucktail, and I call it a Jitter-tail. So we pounded about a 45-degree range, and nothing with this one. So I'm going to throw one more out in this area, and then we're going to move to another area here. So stick with us. We're trying. Okay, this is our last bait that we're going to throw in this area here, and then we're going to move. But my favorite, my go-to, the top raider. I know that the fish are supposed to be in deeper water, but they don't read the book. And I'm banking on the fact that it's overcast, that we might get some cruising fish a little shallower. Let's see what happens. We are sure trying here. Out with my favorite topwater lure, the top raider. Has caught many musky, bass, walleye, good all-around bait. We'll go on to plan B in a different area, I guess. Let's see what happens. Stick with us. Okay, we came up with a plan B. As you can see, I'm in my truck. We're heading to Little Tom. There's an unimproved launch there, so I can pull the truck off to the side, and we can cast over there, hopefully musky bass, maybe even some pike. So plan B it is. We're still trying. See you over there.
Now, why did I pick Little Tomahawk Lake for Plan B? Well, it was based on some past experience. You see, back in the 1990s, we had a group of 3 guys that got together each year in early fall, specifically mid to late September, for a muskie hunt. And we would rent a cabin on Little Tom from our local American Legion post back home in southeast Wisconsin. Now, there were a few spots in this lake where we encountered big muskies, but there was always one area that usually produced fish for us, probably because we always fished it due to the close proximity to our cabin, and is depicted by the red circle area. Now, over the years, it had produced some nice muskie and even some nice bass and eater-sized northerns in the 30-inch range. Now, let's take a look at why this area had provided so much success for us in the past. First and foremost was the drop-off to deep water sanctuary for the predators. Going from the shallows to 5, 10, 15, and 20 feet at a uniform steeper gradient around the shoreline in this corner of the lake. And as you can see, the entire shoreline held the same drop-off structure. Then the basin at 25 feet had a more gradual gradient from 25 feet down to 40 feet. Now, along with this great structural element, it was enhanced with the weed growth, both submerged cabbage, coontail, and sandgrass down to the 10 to 15 foot level, and surface lily pads in shallower water, plus submerged timber and shoreline exposed timber, all attractants for species of fish, amphibians, and all sorts of insects that larger predator fish love to use for nourishment. Thus, this area became a buffet for the predators, which led to our success in the 1990s. And last but not least, it contained the unimproved launch area, which would grant me access to cast into this area of the lake from the shoreline.
And Little Tom is right here to the right. And right over this hill is that unimproved launch. And should be right there. Here's the launch. Right here, it's a little unimproved launch. Right right here, so I'm going to park right here and get off the road. There we go. Well, let's see if we can make it happen on Little Tom. I don't know if you can see we've got our gear set up there. Zoom in on that. We've got the net ready. We've got our release box. I got the tools out and a tape measure just in case. And I'm guessing you can see how foggy it is across the way here. I think that's it. Okay. Besides the fog now, we got a little mist in the air, so it's going to be all top waters. I'm starting out with my modified jitterbug. I call it the Jitter-tail. Again, even the thin, what I call grass-like weeds, they're even still green here. So there's a lot of it just underneath the surface. So, okay, that's it with this one. We're going to switch to something else, give that a try for a while. Like I said, we are trying. And if nothing else, I'm going through all the various baits I'm using, the conditions I'm working under, why I think things will work. So, hopefully though, we'll still might put a fish on for you. Alright, so again, we're going to my favorite top water, the Top Raider, which has produced many muskies, bass, walleye. Caught a lot of fish on this one, so we'll see how this one works. Well, batteries ran out on me, and while I was changing the camera batteries, I heard some thunder. The mist is getting a little heavier. I wouldn't call it a rain yet. I think the stuff you're hearing on the camera is the mist falling off the leaves here. So this is going to be the last bait we pitch. We're going to pitch it till I don't feel comfortable with that thunder. Yeah, we got the big drops of rain starting. Last cast. You know me, the die-hard. Even though the rain's coming, one last cast. Yeah, it's raining now. And that's going to be it. Let me get this camera wrapped up. I don't want it getting wet. And I'm hearing thunder. I don't know if I'm picking it up on the camera, but I am hearing thunder. So that's it from here on Little Tom. This was Plan B. Plan A, shot down. Plan B, nothing. we go to plan C. You know what that is? Take my wife to Rhinelander shopping. Hey, thanks for coming along. Like I said, we weren't able to put a fish on, but hopefully I explained to you why I'm fishing, weather conditions, obviously why I'm shore fishing, the areas I chose and why. So if nothing else, hopefully you guys learned something. Like I said, at Rapant Outdoors 360, we show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Today was ugly. Weather-wise, fish-wise, it was a struggle to say the least. But we're keeping it real and we're showing you what we go through to try to put out some quality videos. We can't always do it, but we're still going to show you something hopefully you could learn as to why we're throwing stuff in the manner we're throwing it, why we chose the areas to fish we chose. And hey, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. I just got home. I unloaded the gear out of the back, and it is starting to pour right now. That storm that was supposed to be down around Rhinelander, you know, I think we're going to catch the north end of it. I just heard some pretty good cracks. I don't know if you're hearing that or not. That's it. We gave it a shot. We pushed the envelope on Mother Nature. Ooh, lightning. We pushed the envelope on Mother Nature today for sure. Feel free to comment below, or if you don't want to comment in the public eye, we can also be reached at rapantoutdoors360@gmail.com. Now, if you know somebody you think might enjoy this video series, please feel free to go ahead and share this video or this link with your friend. And as always, whether you fish or hunt, remember, practice CCR. Catch, conserve, replenish. Make sure that that resource is available for future generations. See you next time, guys.